When it comes to budget cases, I would always definitely recommend AeroCool, since their finish and design and everything is always up to the top. I mean, right on point. There is no things that you might be concerned about. I mean, you're paying for a case that is $40 to $60 and you're thinking, what is the quality, what is the design, what is the final finish? And then I had a couple of AeroCool cases already. I mean, we had the P7C1, which was kind of their, well, it is their premium case. Then we have here the Claw. This is the Claw addressable RGB case with actually 3 fans. You already have a pre-installed 3 fans, which are Eclipse. I think if you watched my video about the Apex Legends build, where I built a full custom build in P7C1, I used the Eclipse fans as well. And you already get them. There are 3 120mm fans right here, and inside this case you already get a controller for your addressable RGB for up to 10 different connections. So basically this is the thing: you can connect those 3 fans, you can connect the front lines right here at the case, which also light up, and you can add fans on the front. You can add your, I don't know, Pulse L240F or Pulse L120, it doesn't matter. And that is basically it. When it comes to the Claw case, you have 2 tempered glass side panels on each. So on each side you have a top dust filter which covers up fans, and on front you could do something completely different. Right on the back you have a spot for 120mm fan, which is nicely distanced from the top, and also the top fans, the top mounting for the fan is pushed more on this side so they don't get in the way of the VRMs, of the motherboard, of the RAMs or anything like that. On the bottom of the power supply shroud you have some holes, probably for pump mounting if you desire to do that, and you have holes for the front connections, for the GPU connections, well, the 8-pin connector, 2 8-pin connectors, and that's about it for the power supply shroud. There isn't basically any AeroCool logo or something like that, or an LED strip, or a line at least that you can light up to be an LED strip or something like that, which could be added and which would look really nice. But then again, these kind of cases from AeroCool are really perfect for modding. And I'm not saying that because I already did like a couple of mods with AeroCool. I'm saying it because I did Dead by Daylight, I did Apex Legends, and there are a couple of builds coming right up. And when you get the case, which is, I wouldn't say blank, they're like unwritten letter where you could just, you know, open the case and you already have loads of ideas. They're cutting the cost on unnecessary stuff, thus giving you guys more affordable cases which are really cool, good looking, effective, and you can do whatever you want with them. So this is a point that I would definitely add to the list of positive things. The bottom legs actually look really nice. They have a kind of silver rings around them, so they give a kind of certain effect, which isn't that expensive to add to the case, but still gives a nice effect to the all-around chassis and everything. So let's check the back side of the case. As you can see, the tempered glass is right here. You have the controller on the left side. You have 2 mountings for your SSDs at the bottom. You have 2 mountings for your hard drives, and you have the mounting screws, zip ties, and other necessary screws for the case that you might need when placing something inside. The rest is basically nice distance from the tempered glass. When it comes to the tray for the motherboard and the tempered glass, there's a nice distance from it, so basically you can hide your cables even nicely. And I can't say even hide, because you have a tempered glass on the side, so yeah, it kind of does make a bit of a difference when it comes to, you know, hiding the cables when you have tempered glass. This is an ideal case to basically show off your cables, and that means doing a really nice cable management. So if you're not a professional in doing such a thing, to doing cable management or arranging them properly, you might need something to cover it up. But when it comes to this kind of work, I mean, you just have to then flip it aside and look through here. I know you didn't hear me with it, but let's go on the other thing. The front side of the case looks like it can fit 360 radiator, but I'm kind of worried because it doesn't have enough clearance when it comes to the power supply shroud and the mounting. So I would basically place 360 fans, that means 120 times 3, and giving enough, let's say, airflow to the radiator on top, which can be maximum 240 millimeters. Now, one thing that does concern me about the case is the airflow completely. You can have an exhaust right here, you can have an exhaust right here, but what about the intake? The intake was supposed to be here on the sides, but what happened? They placed the tempered glass all over the side, and I can't say it doesn't look effective, it really does, but it bothers me the fact that the case is really cool and then they cut off the airflow. So the one thing that we're going to do, we're going to place a build inside. We're going to place 3 fans in front. Just to test it out, we're going to place 3 Eclipse fans right on front, and to see if this does make a difference, because you do have a slight separation here on the front. There's no mesh part here, and at the bottom there is a hole which is really small, and that kind of worries me a bit about the airflow. But we'll test that out, and to check it, if I might miss something. There must be something that works fine. So let's go, and basically here are the results. Guys, I have to admit, I've never been so wrong. Now, here is the thing. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'm really curious about the airflow inside this case, since the tempered glass on both sides is covering the only intake of the case. Now, I placed here the AeroCool Silent 4. This is the RGB CPU tower cooler. Beneath that is 8700K. Here we have the RTX 2070 from MSI. This is the Armor version, and we have the Z390 Gaming Pro Carbon. Now, here is also the thing. Just in case, I placed 6 fans inside the case. You have here 3 Eclipse fans on top, 2, and at the back as an exhaust. The front 3 are making the intake, and the top 2 and the rear are actually making the outtake, the exhaust of the airflow. And as you can see here, this is Battlefield 1 that I'm testing. Here is the thing. Now, I'm surprised with the temperatures. The CPU is on 64 degrees with the Silent 4, and the graphic card is around 65-66 Celsius degrees. Now, if you're wondering why it's 70 FPS, it's because everything is on ultra details, and that is why. Now, the temperature of the CPU can go up to 70 as well as on the GPU, but I'm really surprised of the temperatures, because I honestly thought that it would go even higher, and I was thinking about 80 degrees, but I think 70 for this GPU and for the CPU is quite right. I mean, it varies, of course, and since the load on the CPU is at least 40%, 69, 65, 64 degrees is quite alright. If you push it to its limits, then of course it will be a bit higher, but nothing drastic. So that is why I am surprised. And the next game that I tested, was PUBG, also on ultra details. and we have GPU running at 80 degrees, 78 to be precise, and we have the CPU at 60 degrees with a load of 30-35%, which is kind of alright. I mean, the GPU is also going up and down a bit with the temperature 75 to 80, but I think that's quite alright. I mean, I read somewhere that GPUs can run 95 degrees, but that could be a myth or a legend. I won't go there. So yeah, basically the case is perfectly fine. I'm actually really satisfied with the controller because I placed the addressable RGB, I placed the spectrum, the RGB spectrum, but you can change it very easily because you have a button here on the controller at the back that you can adjust. So as you can see, it changes this, it changes the fans. I think I didn't connect, I connected the CPU tower cooler to the motherboard, so that's why it's blinking red, because the motherboard is also blinking red. But if you have enough connections or if you have enough splitters, you can adjust everything to your motherboard and then control it to, for instance, I have an MSI motherboard here, you can control it with the MSI Mystic lights. Basically that is it, guys. I'm actually I said actually like a couple of million times, I am seriously impressed with the case. The build quality is great. The only thing that is a bit bugging me are these thumbnails that you do need to use a screwdriver to lock them inside. But then I notice, I also mentioned in the beginning of the video that the glass has a certain distance from the chassis, so I think that is how the front fans get the intake, which is quite alright. The only thing that is to do is to put the case for half a year or something with these specifications. Unfortunately I can't do that, and to see how much dust will go inside with the side tempered glass open. I think that's 2-3 millimeters wide, and it does get nice temperatures. So yeah, basically that is it, guys. If you really like the design of the case, the front claw and the RGB and the whole thing, there's nothing left to say except links are below for the AeroCool KLAW RGB case, addressable RGB case, and that's all there is to it. Check out AeroCool's also social media on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to like, subscribe, click that bell button because you know future videos and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.